Winter may seem like the perfect time to forget about your garden, but the colder months can actually cause some serious damage if you're not prepared. Don't let your hard work go to waste. Today, we're going over 15 common winter gardening mistakes you'll want to avoid to keep your plants, tools, and outdoor space safe. Whether it's forgotten tools, unprotected plants, or improper prep, we've got solutions to help you dodge these cold weather blunders and ensure your garden is ready to thrive come spring. Let's dive in. Planting late in the season might feel like you're squeezing in one last garden project, but it can have disastrous effects, especially in regions where the ground freezes. Perennials are particularly vulnerable. As the soil repeatedly freezes and thaws, it can push plants out of the ground, leaving their crowns exposed to harsh winter conditions. Shrubs and trees have a bit more flexibility, but to give any plant the best chance at surviving winter, they should ideally be planted 6 weeks before the ground typically freezes in your area. That way, they have enough time to establish their roots before the cold sets in. Pruning shrubs before winter can backfire by encouraging tender new growth that won't stand a chance against freezing temperatures. This new growth is highly susceptible to frost damage, which could harm the overall health of your plant. Instead, hold off on pruning shrubs like butterfly bush and caryopteris until spring, once the danger of frost has passed. By then, you'll be able to easily spot any winter-killed branches that need trimming. In the future, aim to complete pruning by late August so plants have time to harden off and prepare for the cold. If you think slugs aren't an issue in the colder months, think again. Fall is a prime time for mature slugs to lay eggs, which will hatch and cause havoc in your garden come spring. Ignoring them now could mean more problems later. To tackle slugs, apply slug bait to areas where you've had issues before, or take a nighttime trip into the garden with a flashlight to spot and remove them by hand. Wearing gloves, toss slugs into a bucket of soapy water to eliminate them. Also, don't forget to clear out debris from planting beds, which could provide perfect hiding spots for these munchers. Don't let your favorite non-hardy plants be lost to winter's cold. Before the first freeze hits, take cuttings from tender plants that won't survive in your area. Perfect candidates include Mexican bush sage, mince, coleus, and pineapple sage. Many of these, like Plectranthus, will root easily in water and can be transferred into pots later. For plants like scented geraniums, dip the cuttings in rooting hormone powder and plant directly into soil. By taking cuttings now, you'll keep your favorite plants alive and ready to thrive next spring. Newly planted trees in the fall need consistent watering to establish strong roots before winter. If the soil freezes and snow is sparse, it's essential to water your tree during any above freezing days. Neglecting to hydrate young trees can lead to stress or even death by spring. A handy way to deliver water is by using a water bag in a cart, ensuring your new trees get the moisture they need to survive winter's chill. While self-sowing plants can add charm and beauty to your garden, allowing them to go to seed unchecked can create chaos next season. Plants like Joe Pye weed, goldenrod, boltonia, and black-eyed Susans are notorious for spreading aggressively. To prevent them from taking over your garden, make sure to clip seed heads before they drop. Deadheading these self-sowers will save you from an unwanted garden takeover in the spring. When night temperatures dip below 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, it's time to bring your potted houseplants and non-hardy outdoor plants indoors for the winter. Waiting too long can expose your plants to frost or even an unexpected early season snow, which can cause significant damage, especially to tropical plants. Keep a close eye on the weather forecast to avoid losing sensitive plants. Even cool-loving plants like fuchsia can suffer damage from snow exposure, so it's better to be safe and move them inside early. Skipping mulch in winter can be a costly mistake for your garden, especially for new plantings. Mulching provides an insulating layer that helps protect roots from freezing temperatures and prevents frost heave, which can dislodge plants from the soil. A 2-inch thick layer of mulch around the base of your plants can help maintain soil moisture and temperature stability, ensuring that your plants stay anchored during the freeze-thaw cycles. Don't forget this crucial step to give your garden the best chance to thrive through the cold months. In regions where snow is common, neglecting a pre-snow garden cleanup can lead to hidden pest and disease problems. Clearing away plant debris, dead leaves, and other clutter before the first snowfall eliminates potential hiding spots for pests that would otherwise use the winter to thrive. Plus, tackling this chore before the snow hits spares you the discomfort of working with frozen fingers later on. Taking a bit of time now will help your garden stay healthier through winter. Spraying for weeds in the colder months can be ineffective and wasteful. Most weed killers, like Roundup, require temperatures of at least 50 degrees Fahrenheit to work properly. As soil temperatures drop, plants slow down or stop growing, making weed control efforts useless in cooler conditions. To maximize your weed control efforts, make sure you spray in early fall when temperatures are still in the 60-degree range and weeds are actively growing. This way, you'll save time, money, and effort while keeping your garden weed-free. Leaving spent vegetable crops in the garden can invite pests and diseases to overwinter and create bigger problems next season. If your veggie plants, like beans or squash, had any issues with pests like Mexican bean beetles or other infestations, be sure to remove and destroy the plants entirely. Avoid tossing them in your compost pile unless you're confident it gets hot enough to kill pests and their eggs. It's better to bag up these plants and put them out for garbage pickup to ensure they won't cause trouble next year. Leaving your hoses attached or filled with water during freezing temperatures can cause them to crack or burst. Before the cold sets in, make sure to remove all hose end attachments like nozzles and wands. Detach the hoses from outdoor faucets, drain them thoroughly by laying them out on an incline, and store them away in a garage or shed. Don't forget to turn off any interior shut-off valves that control outdoor water supply lines, so you avoid freezing pipes as well. Taking these simple steps will save your garden gear from costly damage. Leaving a thick layer of leaves on your lawn over winter can suffocate the grass, leading to dead patches by spring. Instead, put those leaves to good use. Use a leaf vacuum to shred them into mulch for planting beds or gardens, or add them to your compost pile. Another quick fix is mowing over the leaves to break them down, either collecting them in a bag or leaving the pieces on the lawn to naturally decompose and nourish your grass. Avoid leaf piles and give your garden a healthy start for next spring. While it's best to avoid pruning most shrubs in the fall, tall, hardy shrubs in areas with heavy snowfall and ice storms are an exception. Pruning plants like knockout roses, panicle hydrangeas, and smooth hydrangeas after a hard freeze can help protect them from snow and ice damage. Cut these shrubs back by about 1/3 to reduce their height and prevent branches from snapping under the weight of winter precipitation. Then, finish pruning the remaining stems in late winter or early spring for a fresh start. When frost threatens your garden, especially if it's still producing, failing to protect your plants with frost blankets can lead to unnecessary losses. Investing in season-extending tools like frost blankets can help shield your crops from the cold, keeping your harvest going longer. For less than $25, you can get a kit with built-in hoops that covers up to 18 feet, offering protection and peace of mind for those chilly nights. Don't let frost catch you off guard. Protect your plants. That wraps up our guide to common winter gardening mistakes you should avoid to keep your garden healthy and thriving through the cold months. By staying proactive and following these tips, you can ensure your plants and garden tools survive the winter and come back stronger in spring. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to PlantDo Home and Garden for more gardening tips, and leave a comment below with your winter gardening questions. Happy gardening, and we'll see you in the next video.